Fathomers. So a few days ago I was on Tumblr and came across an account called Miraculous Takes, where you can submit anonymously or not your takes on the show or anything MLB related, and they post it. So I thought I should do a video responding to them, and just other random miraculous takes I found on Tumblr under the miraculous hashtag, because why not? First one, part of the problem with Felix is that he's clearly stuck in the wrong show. The way he's written doesn't match at all with the way everyone else is written, or the overall tone of the story. You're expected to read into him but not any other character. Well, sorta kinda. Felix's debut works if you look at it as neurodivergence and or trauma response. I've seen that logic a lot in both, especially in people with underdeveloped emotional social skills. Adrian was all he had. Adrian quote unquote leaves Felix and makes real friends, making Felix feel alone and forgotten. Adrian hurt Felix and has to be punished. If Felix isolates Adrian from all of his new friends, from Ladybug, then Adrian will have no choice but to turn back to Felix, and will eventually realize that Felix is all the companionship Adrian really needs. But I've got no idea how intentional that was, or why we have to do work for Felix when everything else is plainly spoon-fed to us. I can see him truly caring for Adrian, and putting his family first, but also there's no way to cut it, whereas Felix as a whole makes sense. Okay, so you can definitely read his debut episode as a case of jealousy, because obviously he was created with that very emotion and it's only natural for him to embody the emotion he was created from. And I definitely think there was that feeling of betrayal because he's not Adrian's best friend anymore. And I've made a whole video on how this falling out impacted their relationship too. But I feel like with the content of him knowing that going to Paris also means seeing Shadow Moth / Hawk Moth or whatever his name was, whether he knew at that point in season 3 or was suspecting that Gabriel has the butterfly or the peacock, he could easily use that envy to fuck shit up and have a tantrum to get people akumatized so he can manipulate Gabriel and trick him into getting the amok rings he and his mother wanted back. Obviously him being mad at Adrian for moving on from him and making other friends doesn't mean he doesn't want him and his amok safe and away from that ugly man he has as a father. Win-win situation. He gets the family heirloom back and it doubles as Adrian's amok, so there's no way for him to be controlled if it's taken away from his father. Chloe's return in season 6 is the perfect example that writers don't know what to do with her, and if she will be redeemed, the viewers won't care because she was already pushed way too far into negative territory. The general public most likely won't care because everyone is over her, but the Chloe stans will take any Chloe development crumbs you give them, which has a 0.2% chance of happening, so there's really no hope for her to get better. Loki. We'll talk about this another day though. I think that writers during the writing of season 4 were like, so, we didn't redeem a rich white blonde, so let's instead redeem a rich white blonde. Moreover, we already gave him a motivation in his debut episode and fans like him a broken bar, so why not? Okay, this is such a dumb take, I'm sorry. For one, most of the fandom hates Felix. Like, let's not act delusional, he has like 10 fans. Also, this whole Felix versus Chloe redemption and who deserved it debate makes me mad as how you all need to stop with this. It's so stupid because you need to understand that not every abused kid reacts to the concept of getting better the same way. Get that in your heads. Of course they won't both have the same journey of being in their worst and then changing because they want to change for themselves. Chloe for the most part wanted to change not for herself so she will be happy but for other people, like for her mother to find her exceptional, or so Adrian will see she can be nice and will want to stay friends with her, because at the end of the day he's the only person who truly believed in her. Later on she started not to care about what he thinks because her ego swallowed her whole and her development went to the trash. Back to being a messy bitch who lives for drama. Felix went from bitter bitch who also low-key lives for drama and child who acts up because he doesn't know what to do with his newfound physical freedom to scheming behind the backs of the people he wants to protect so it will be a surprise, to realizing not everyone is out to get him and maybe he should give humanity a chance, because from what he knows people will take any chance you give them to control. Felix chose to start changing with the help of others for himself, because he realized he's becoming exactly what he's against. He and Chloe are not the same, and please stop putting them in the same box because they were both antagonists. We are tired. People take different paths in life and this is why one changed and one didn't. It's realistic whether you like it or not. I'm not done, hold on. However, this is if you ignore them trying to demonize her to no end like they did in season 5 instead of keeping her at just being mean and nothing else. That part is what I'm truly disgusted at, like hello, you all didn't have to do all that. Shit, I should make a Chloe video soon. Also, I nearly forgot to state the obvious. Please stop being delusional Felix redemption believers. He never got a redemption arc, it's all in your head. Say it with me. Character development is not redemption. I feel like salting on Zoe is pointless. Well yes, hating on Zoe won't bring back Chloe's development. Still doesn't make her any less interesting, sorry. Honestly, you can just tell the writers don't know what to do with her because there was never meant to be a Chloe virtue version type of character. And I think that Andre's redemption is even more abhorrent than Gabriel's. Like, we literally should sympathize with the man who made his daughter the way who she is more than a daughter herself. Okay, I'm tired of this Andre redemption debate and I need you all to stop referring to the way the writers talk about Andre and Gabriel like they're redeemed as redemption, because neither of these motherfuckers were redeemed. Hello? Don't make me talk about Gabriel and Andre's sob stories treated like redemption by the writers when they didn't do shit to consider them redeemed whatsoever ever again. I get the sentiment, but it's more about how the writers talk about Andre in particular like he's a changed man who can't do no wrong, meanwhile they refuse to acknowledge that Chloe has any humanity in her anymore. It's actually disgusting that they portray Andre in this light when he's a piece of shit who can't own up to his mistakes and take care of Chloe himself, because raising her the way he did is his biggest mistake, and by putting her in therapy that would signal him actually changing and trying to fix what's broken, sending her to another country with her abusive neglectful mother who's too busy fucking men and snorting coke to give a fuck about her daughter because you failed is crazy work. As for Gabriel, I won't even comment. That man will never be redeemed after the shit he pulled in season 5. We really don't give a fuck. No matter how much they try to paint him a hero who sacrificed himself, just know this is meant to manipulate the people in the MLB universe themselves, because that's what Gabriel wanted and Marinette is choosing to respect this for some reason. But anyways, I actually saw a lot of takes pretty much like this one where they complain about Andre or Gabriel's so-called redemption, like let's put our thinking caps on, nobody was redeemed please. But the writers acting like they are and like they're changed men is disgusting, and it's the issue we should be focusing on. The reason why there are so many Feligami salters is because many people decide that Felix, as the holder of the peacock, has power over Kagami as a senti. This is ridiculous, but that's the primary reason. I haven't looked at Feligami discourse posts in forever because people just go and lie and it pisses me off. Like most of the time they got me wondering what show they're talking about. Who the fuck actually thinks FA tilde copyright licks having the peacock miraculous and dating Kagami is a problem? Ya all don't know shit about Felix, my god, please watch the show and come back. Ya all think FA tilde copyright licks will kill her with the peacock. What you talking about? Some of the others are. They have no chemistry. They have nothing in common, and this is why I can never take Feligami salters seriously, because these motherfuckers go on there and straight up lie. Weren't people literally saying Feligami is predictable because they have the same personalities and they are too similar? This was something people actually were saying back when we got Parental. These people are never happy, like they have too much in common, that somehow makes them a bad ship. They have nothing in common. Are you talking about a different Feligami? And this makes them a bad ship. Some are just also militant feline shippers, which is really funny. Well, feline shippers are scary, so I won't get into that territory. Also, no chemistry? Motherfuckers will say this and then ship characters who are like this. It always shocks me how sizable a portion of the fanbase Feligami salters are. Like, there exists a non-trivial number of people that believe the ship to be abusive. How? That's what I'm asking too, baby. Ooh, the amount of times I've seen MFs on the internet say Felix is abusive to Kagami, a broken bar. I had to let out the biggest sigh of my life. Feligami is abusive? Meanwhile this is them. Literally the thumbnail of my Feligami defense video fell. Because what screams abusive more than fighting for a girl you barely know anything about other than she's in an abusive family and needs help? Why do people want this 14-year-old boy to be this abusive disgusting freak so bad? I don't understand. Like, yes, him trying to kiss Ladybug acting as Adrian to get whatever the fuck he wanted to get in that episode is terrible, but why do people want him to be abusive to Kagami so bad when he's proven the exact opposite? Next, I think that Shadybug and Claw Noir really solidified for me, personally, that Adrian works as a trans feminine narrative. Okay, elaborate, and I'ma be right with you. For all its faults, the miraculous fandom, at least the non-salt side, is actually one of the most positive fandom experiences I've had. I'm so jealous of you. It's a shame the most common crossover in MLB fanfics is always the Batman crossover that exists mostly to trash every character besides Marinette, and also generally make her a less interesting character, when Miraculous is a story that works so well in crossovers. Wait, okay, I've made a whole video talking about this niche side of AO3 with the Batman ships. I didn't know these MFs were like that. Like, I haven't actually read any of those fanfics, but I'll take your word for it. I love you P5 crossovers. I love you Danganronpa crossover. crossovers. I love you saw a crossover that exists in my head. I love giving characters from other things miraculous, and I love putting miraculous characters in other stories cause like it's perfect, it works so well. Wait, you're so real for this all one shit, maybe I should have done the miraculous Alice in Borderland AU. I get the Roland thing, but for me at 12 I watched the same clip from the collector over and over, and now I have a custom printed Hawkmoth poster on the ceiling above my bed. Man.
Hey, Martin Luther King, shout out to Big Bro. If it wasn't for Big Bro, I wouldn't be rapping though. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here rapping this shit, trapping this shit, stealing shit for my family and shit. Can't forget about Malcolm X and Rosa Parks. I feel like we made it out the park, but it don't matter because of Martin Luther.
This fandom has such a boring attitude towards leaks and spoilers. Why do any of you care about Thomas Astrayuk's Twitter? Watch the show or don't. Wait, I had to read this over 5 times and I still don't understand what it means. The fandom has a boring attitude towards leaks and spoilers. Why do we care about Astrayuk's Twitter? Either watch the show or don't. What are you saying? Hell, what does the fandom having a boring attitude towards leaks have to do with Astrayuk's Twitter? Mr. Dagenkard is one of my favorite miraculous characters. I just think it's funny how his ancestor was a tyrannical monarch and it's never mentioned again in the series apart from the episode where he's akumatized into Darkblade. I feel like it's missed potential in a way. Wait, this is actually crazy because nobody ever talks about him, but his lore is insane. He was also in the mayor elections for like 3 years straight, apparently foul. People make fun of Reflecta's design, but I actually really like it. Like, not only from a symbolism point of view of oh yeah she wants to be seen so she's going to wear the most over the top maximalist outfit, but also because the Lolita dress is really cute and quite unique compared to a lot of other characters, but also because she's a dramatic goth lesbian, of course she'd dress like that. Don't let the Lolita community see this. Well, I guess, maybe not this color though, but low-key it has potential to be a really good deca or Lolita fit if you squint. Heck. The only similarity canon Chad Blank had with that time fandom Chad Blank was the white. Like, while it may be hard to find nowadays due to fan art of the canon design existing for far longer at this point, but if you were to attempt to look at pre-season 3 fan art, you would mostly see people gave the design a gold trim on the silt, purple eyes, or heck even a green still. That's not even mentioning how fans still left his the blonde hair and his original skin tone alone. Then again, I shouldn't really be surprised since there is still a very minor vocal community of fans that claim the show stole the Antibug name and design. Despite that being a session 1 thing. Wait, am I living under a rock? Why is this my first time hearing about people complaining about the show stealing designs for Chad Blank and Antibug? That's just delusional and foul. Also, there couldn't have been easier akumatized Chat Noir design than this. Did people expect the show designers to make him orange or something? People who genuinely believe that the Chad Blank concept was stolen from fanart depress the hell out of me. Like, I'm sorry, but color inversion is not that unusual a concept to arrive at. Exactly, like, why are we acting delusional now? If it was a super intricate design that there's no way could be a coincidence, I would get it, but of course akumatized Cat Noir is why foul. Why is this even a debate? Marinette could survive a saw trap. Well, yes, with the power of plot armor. I'd why people are so offended at this Andre free pass and immunity from fixing his messes. Wow, that is a way to start a hot take. What the fuck? Wailing why is Chloe suffering or done dirty? Screaming why is Adrian and Kagami being sent to London? Disgusted that Gabriel got a statue and Marinette supports it and fibbing to Adrian and the world and disregarding Emily's wish for Adrian. Angry over derision. Meanwhile, the feeble fandom at the same time will straight up put in minds and spread around or ask this Leela is secretly an adult cause she didn't stay down and gone like they always wanted and is stronger than what they once presumed. What the fuck is the feeble fandom? They couldn't even see, they just endorsed the very things they stood against and got angry about and wished gone away and didn't happen. Get angry but turns a blind eye or encourages what doesn't need to exist or worse things. I don't think I even have to say anything. I expected to see at least smart takes on here. Honey, what the hell is this? Literally, what are you yapping about? What does the theory about Leela being older than we think she is have to do with things that actually happened in the show and that people are mad at because they're terrible writing decisions? Bye. I think it's safe to say that Andre's scene is still canon. Given Thomas Astrayuk claiming it was important to the story when he found out it was removed. Well, sorta kinda. The thing is, even if he said that, we don't know if he changes his mind later on and decides Andre didn't adopt Zoe after all or something. Like, him thinking that scene not making it to the final cut is questionable doesn't mean it's still canon. I guess we asked him nicely. Aminath is my toxic fem/OTP. Aminath is better. Hot take, but Chloe was 100% in the right when it came down to arresting Andre tilde copyright and revolution. Like, the guy has been operating a food business without any permits for decades. Marinette's parents went there while they were still dating, which implies that he hasn't had any food health inspectors check to see if he's even up to code. This is so true, like let's not pretend Chloe didn't eat him up right there, the way she was supposed to be evil in that episode but did more about this scammer than officials ever did, lumfow. And we don't even know if he has a permit now or if he's still doing this illegally and without any food inspectors checking if his shit is safe. Finding this blog has been wild because Grandpa Roland was literally my sexual awakening as a teenager.
Martin Luther King! Hey, Martin Luther King, shout out to Big Bro. If it wasn't for Big Bro, I wouldn't be rapping though. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here rapping this shit, trapping this shit, stealing shit for my family and shit.
Personally, I'm miserable that the kink meme doesn't have basically any Gabrina prompts when they want to go into the same career and he looks like that in the movie verse. Where's the bad wrong boss employee smut, I ask you? I'm so close to ending this video right here. You should be miserable behind bars, baby. What the hell is this? Same Kitty Bella and on as before. I want so badly for them to interact as civilians, even in canon in season 6 and beyond. Like please, I want Zoe to interact with Adrian. I want Plague to miss her. I want to see how she's grown from his advice. I want Kitty Noir back. And I want Amelie and Natalie to get together. We can't all have what we want. Leela Salters act like they haven't watched past Chameleon. Zoe Salters act like they haven't watched past Soul Crusher. Both of them are useful characters. And I'd if you hate that they aren't Chloe. Well, Leela has a purpose of being weird and mysterious for no reason. Not sure why you think Zoe is useful, to be honest. Like okay, she's cute but that's pretty much it. She's just there. I know that some of the reason things feel like this is because we're between seasons and not getting many leaks right now. But I really enjoy how quiet and low drama the fandom feels lately. Been ages since I had to block anyone. I am so jealous of you, baby. This past week on Twitter has been so chaotic. Help. Like Tommy Wimey and Moot posting Lilynette edits got people in my quote retweets sending me gore. People is really crazy. Miraculous Ladybug Salters are overly obsessed with issues that aren't there and they make fandom less enjoyable. Sorta kinda. Depends on what issues, because sometimes people act like those issues aren't there but they low-key are. Or the other way around. Clock them kinda. I'm glad Gabriel didn't go to prison. I was always annoyed with posts in this fandom that acted like prison was a magic Tupperware where you could put bad people. Prison or death aren't the only worthwhile endings for villains. Well, death was his ending, so I guess you're not so glad after all. Also yes, it's not a magic Tupperware for bad people, but he still deserved at least 50 years in there for the shit he's done. So, shit, you right, his ending should have been public humiliation. But Miss Ladybug decided otherwise. I don't condone her actions at all. But Audrey is my favorite miraculous adult character. Valid. She's a gaga copy Loki though. I genuinely believe that Leela having a weird crush on Marinette would be far better as an explanation than time-traveling Monon theory. But I am happy to discourse on this topic and even rescind this. You're so real for this. As the CEO of Lilynette, I'm happy more people are converting to Lilynetteism. Also with the way they're writing her just fucking around and finding out as they go her having a crush on Marinette isn't far-fetched, foul. Okay, that's it for today. I'm done. Some of these got me scratching my head and others pissed me off. Also the amount of sexual ones I saw is astronomically. All are nasty and disgusting. Some fucker was saying how easy it is to write a come up because Tom has the like plant tentacles and he's literally a wolf man and Nancy has 4 arms. Girl, you take that shit to your Discord. Thanks for watching, bye.
Oh shit! I'm so sorry, what have I done? I'm so sorry!
I can't feel my kid.
Crap, the tigers seem like to be, guys. I have bad nerves, I'm so sorry. Feel better, okay?
Martin Luther King! Hey, Martin Luther King, shout out to Big Bro. If it wasn't for Big Bro, I wouldn't be rapping though. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be here rapping this shit, trapping this shit, stealing shit for my family and shit. Can't forget about Malcolm X and Rosa Parks. I feel like we made it out the park, but it don't matter because of Martin Luther King. And they got a drink.